What's going on, everybody? This is the Big Blue Guy here, back at it with another NFL video. In this video, I'm going to preview the Buffalo Bills and Houston Texans wildcard game this Saturday afternoon in Houston. The Texans are two and a half point favorites, and they're coming off a loss Week 17 to the Titans, who made the playoffs as well. And most notably, Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins did not play in that game. Deshaun Watson was on the injury report with a back issue last week, and DeAndre Hopkins suffered an illness as well. But there's no concern from the Texans about their status heading into Saturday, so they are projected to play. And they also dealt with some injuries also Week 16 with Jonathan Joseph, Bradley Roby, Kenny Stills, Will Fuller, Bernard Drick McKinney, left tackle Laramie Tunsil also missed Saturday's game as well in Week 16. And the big news coming out of this week is obviously the potential return of defensive end J.J. Watt. We're not sure if he's projected yet to play, but it's looking like he returned to practice last week after spending most of the year on the IR with a torn pectoral muscle, missed the whole regular season, and he was activated on Tuesday. So on the Buffalo side of things, running back Devin Singletary and cornerback Tre'Davious White didn't suit up in the Week 17 loss against the Jets. Josh Allen started, but he was pulled early. However, Buffalo does have some players that are dealing with some injuries. Defensive end Shaq Lawson didn't practice all week prior to Week 17 game against the Jets, and he has been dealing with a hamstring injury, and he was inactive. Also, receiver Andre Roberts didn't practice as well, and he sat out Week 17 with a foot injury. And both Roberts and Lawson were limited participants in Tuesday's practice. So the first key to victory here for the Bills is obviously how well Josh Allen's going to play. And usually when he plays well, the Bills typically win. So the 10 victories that the Buffalo Bills posted, Josh Allen completed 64% of his passes, threw for 7 yards per attempt, 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 95.9 QBR rating. And in the 6 losses that Buffalo has, he completed 48% of his passes, threw for 5.5 yards per attempt, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks, and had a QB rating of 67. Obviously, going into this game, how he's going to perform is going to indicate whether the Bills are going to walk away with an upset or not. And if Allen can find ways to extend plays, maybe throw a check down here and there or two and avoid forcing deep throws down the field into double coverage, then he should have some success in this game. Also, the second key here is third downs. And what I mean by that is the Bills' defense, they rank second in the NFL regular season in scoring with only 16 points allowed per game and third in total yardage with just under 300 yards. And they're very good at forcing teams to punt. They ranked 7th in defensive third down conversion rate of 35.8%. The Texans, however, they ranked 8th in the league in offensive third down conversion, which their rate was 43% at the time. So definitely a big key here for Houston is if they could have a manageable third down, like a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, avoid the 3rd and 10s or 3rd and 15s. I got to avoid that because that's where Buffalo is at its best. And definitely, the third key here is definitely protecting Deshaun Watson. Pass protection's always been a weakness for Houston, each season. And after they trade for left tackle Laramie Tunsil, they've ranked 25th in the league in sacks allowed with 49 sacks. And in QB hits, they're ranked 21st with 93 QB hits. And Week 16 and Week 17, they have allowed over 9 sacks, Houston did. And that's why Shaq Lawson's, status is going to be huge for the Buffalo Bills and Houston Texans because he's been one of the Bills' most productive pass rushers. And if he can't go, that's going to definitely be a big advantage for the Texans as they don't have to watch out for or try to double team one of their best pass rushers. So I could definitely see this being definitely a low-scoring defensive game. Definitely this is going to be a big game for Josh Allen. I do believe he could be a very good quarterback in this league. I've watched that Week 16 game that he had against the Patriots, and I thought he did pretty well, up until the end. But he's a young quarterback. He's still learning, and the Bills definitely have something special, I think, in Buffalo. And this is definitely a big game for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, just to prove to everyone that this is not a 1 year thing. That they're for real. So it's definitely going to be a big game for the Buffalo Bills for sure. And I could definitely see this being a low scoring game. I'm not going to anticipate a lot of firework offense here, but yeah, that's my thoughts for this game. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.